I'm going on a first date today, and this is my first time going on a date with a girl. Already, I'm just noticing the difference between how I feel like going on this date versus with a guy. Very different. Very different. I have to document how I'm feeling because this is just who I am as a person, and whether things go somewhere with her or not, I just have to document that I'm feeling excited for a date. This is literally the first time in my life I've ever felt excited for a date, ever. I've not been on many dates. That is something that you should know. I have been on one as a teenager, 2 blind dates, one in Texas, one here in Washington, and then I just went on one this spring with a guy that I met on Hinge. And this is my first time ever going on a date with a woman. This is also my first time ever going on a date and being excited for the date. What is happening? I'm 33 years old. I have had one boyfriend in my life. Oh, okay. I guess he probably took me out on a date or two, but we were at Bible school trying to figure things out, so I didn't know I was gay at the time, but anyway. But I will say it was my forever falling for the gay guys that kind of made me be like, what's happening? What's going on? And then I realized, oh, I'm attracted to femininity. You know who exudes that the most? Women. I did meet this girl on Hinge, and I feel like she is just a whimsical, shiny, happy, but intelligent and calming person. That's just the vibe I get. She's a triple Cancer. How does that happen? I have no idea if we will meet and just be like, oh my gosh, love you, this is great, this is platonic, or if we'll meet and see if we want to take things romantically on another date. I don't know how this works. So like, not only am I just like new to dating, I am extremely new to dating women, and it feels like, I'm gonna tell you something. This is the stupidest thing, but I woke up this morning and I felt like Anna in Frozen when she's like, it's Coronation Day, the windows are open, so's that door, I didn't know they do that anymore. And that's just been in my head because I just feels like when she's like, wow, am I so ready for this day, I'm like, same. And like, first time in forever, well, in 33 years. Okay, my skincare is done. I need to do my hair, at least just like straighten it to see what we're messing with, and then as I have thoughts, I'll keep coming back. I just went downstairs and was talking to Abby about what the heck am I gonna wear, because what the heck am I gonna wear? I still don't know, but I told her I was gonna come show her some options once I put my face on. I honestly have no clue if this will ever even get posted, because I feel like I will only really post something if something happens with her and or someone else, and then I'll just reminisce about my first date with a woman. I've known that I was queer for like 3 years, and I come from a very religious and conservatively religious background. I've known for a while, but I was like so active in church. I mean, like leading worship, teaching at women's conferences, and for teens, and youth leader, and you name. I've worked at churches, like it's just what I've always done. And so obviously I was a part of the problem for most of my life, where I was like, hate the sinner, or I mean hate the sin, love the sinner, you know? And when I started recognizing these feelings, and really it was my date with that guy that I met on Hinge, because he was quite literally perfect. 6'4", electrical engineer, like super kind. I mean, had a job, was so like, when we were getting ready to go on our date, like he like messaged me the morning of and was just like, see you in a little bit, like did follow up, like sent me a message a couple hours after the date, was really intentional, really great, really easy to talk to. And it was during that date that I was like, if this guy who is like pretty much perfect, at least as perfect as first dates can go, it was great. And for me to not feel much, that was kind of my like, that was kind of the final straw, I think. The first time I ever said I was queer out loud was when I was talking with my friend Anna, and she was like, let me see your Hinge, like, let's go through this, let's look at all the options, like, let me see. And I was just like, I don't know, I don't think I want to. And she's like, what's your problem? I put down my phone and I was like, I'll tell you what my problem is. I want to go on a date with a girl. And I was like, did I just say that out loud? And she was probably one of the best people to like say that to, like to ever say that out loud to for the first time, because she was like, okay, well, great. Then let's change your Hinge. Let's change your settings. How do we get you into more queer spaces? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I felt this like instant like truth and like weight lifted up off my shoulders in that moment. And then I was like, okay, well now I need to tell all my besties. I just can't believe that I feel excited to go on a date. I've never felt this way. Never. Don't cry. No. We shan't cry today. No, no, no. This under eye color corrector, don't go a day without it. Bink, bink, bink. Why am I saying bink? Couldn't tell ya. It is interesting because I'm like, do I buy her flowers? Like, do I bring her flowers? The other thing that I'm like really in my head about is like how I have felt going on all of these dates with men. I'm like hoping that's not how she feels like going on a date with me. You know, like, because it was not about the men. And so like it was never about, well, sometimes it was, because I was like, I don't want to go with you. The guy from Hinge, I wanted to go on a date with him. At least I thought I had wanted to go on a date with him because he was so great. And also, I'm gay, so that's what the problem was. I just hope she's not dreading meeting me. You know, I think we will have a great time no matter what. I also think that this will just be the tell for us if this is going to be platonic or if this is going to be something else. We'll see how it goes. I am really excited. I'm so excited. Whenever I would be getting ready for a date with a guy, which again, very limited experience with doing this, I just felt sick. I mean, sick. Like dread. The date I was most excited about out of all of them was the one with the guy from Hinge. He was so kind, and because I was like, this is me just being nervous because I'm getting out of my comfort zone of staying home and doing nothing. I should open this window, huh? It's so much better. Oh my gosh. When I was getting ready for that date, that Hinge date, that was the closest I came to being like pleasantly excited, but I also was still dreading it. Like I wanted to throw up, I wanted to cancel, I wanted to just like, honestly, I wanted to ghost. I just wanted to like no show. I would never do that to someone. But I really was like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. So interesting because I remember like I also didn't know what to wear on that date, but it was a completely different angle. Like when I was downstairs talking to Abby right now, I was like, I don't know what I want to wear because I want to look like me. I want to look cute. And I also want to look like I'm trying, but I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard, you know, because I want to look like me. But when I was going on that date with the Hinge guy, I was just like, I don't want it to look like I'm trying that hard because like I'm not. It was so different. It was like I don't actually like really want to do this. So I don't want it to look like I'm trying too hard because I'm not trying to get him to fall in love with me. Like I'm not trying to get him to be around. Isn't that wild? Like that was the way, I don't know. And it's not because I'm just like, oh yeah, I'm the shit, which like my self-confidence has grown, but also it wasn't like that. It wasn't like he doesn't deserve me. It was, or like I already knew that he was going to be a golden retriever gem of a man, and I just kind of felt like I was like, okay, he's going to be great. And if you don't like him, girl, who will you like? Girls. That's who. If I'm being completely honest, I'm also still a little bit confused on the difference between contour and bronzer. Like I know what you're going to say. You're going to say bronzer is like what you put on to look like you're kissed by the sun, and contour is to like shape your face. Great. The placement feels the same, right? Like I put contour here and bronzer is just like a tiny bit up here. So like, what are we doing? I don't know what I'm doing, but I am having fun. It's nice to want to go on a date. It's really nice to want to go on a date. Now we're going to add some blushy blush. Just a little because I'm going to add some powder brush as well. I do love tips. Thanks for taking me on my first date tips. I mean, you're not, but getting me ready. Thanks for making me look good. This is fun to me. Okay, we're going to use some highlight. I'm so excited. I'm excited to be excited. I never have been this before. And no matter what happens, like we could totally meet. I think no matter what, we're going to have fun. And if anything, I feel like it could be just like a, hey, so fun meeting you. This does feel more platonic. I think it would be her that says that, not me, honestly. I think she's beautiful. From her Hinge pictures. all I've got to go on. I mean, we've like texted for 2 months. I want to say we started texting in September. It is now November. Should I have used setting powder? I don't actually know how to use setting powder, so no. Today is not the day to do it. Because I feel like setting powder just dulls what you're doing. Does it not? I feel like it's good, and I like the less texture look that it can give, but I feel like it. If I put that on, it's like, well, where'd my blush go? You know? Do I look cute? This feels way more vulnerable than going on a date with a man. Way more. Way more vulnerable. Now I have to find out what I'm going to wear.